Hello, welcome back to another video. We are going to learn about the moment you knew your relationship was over. Okay, so let's just get right into the videos and see what people have to say.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship was over. I'll start. I started drafting a text in my notes app.
You must have known before that to start writing it, right?
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship was over.
Are you talking about the time when I woke up and I saw them cuddling on the couch? Because they fell asleep together on the couch? Or are you talking about when she had her over on Valentine's Day and got her a more sentimental gift than me? You might be talking about the time when she started sleeping in the guest bedroom with her instead of sleeping in our room with me. Or maybe it was when she stopped taking care of our animals. Maybe it was a time when my grandma died and I asked for reassurance and she told me my love was suffocating. Oh, no. Wait. It was the time that I was and she was too busy making out with this girl in our basement, so I had to call the hotline. You're talking about that time. Oh, it's okay. I'm in a better relationship now.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship.
Good, okay, thank God. Thank God you're gone.
Well, I'm sorry, Tyler, that my grandfather's death is more important than their stupid-ass relationship. Keep me up all night. Keep me Oh, God.
You're funny.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship was over.
So, for context, he was barely a musician, and I was convinced that while he was on tour, he had cheated on me. Spoiler alert, he had. So I confronted him about this, and of course he denied it. And his denial, master manipulator, one of the best gaslighters in the game. But his manipulation and gaslighting got so bad that I was questioning my reality, and I said to him, you know, if you aren't lying to me, then I need help. And he was so kind and took me to the doctors, and I was put on medication for paranoia. No. And then about a year later, we were joking around, and I said, yeah, but you did cheat on me while you were on tour, didn't you? And he laughed and said, yeah, I was a bit of a dickhead, wasn't I? A bit.
That's so evil. So see, they do not care. Do not trust these men. I swear to God, they do not care.
So my best friend of 28 years had died unexpectedly, and it was a really big blow for me.
Horrible,
like I was close
terrible.
enough that I helped plan her funeral with her parents, and I'd gone out of town and to go deal with the funeral, and my boyfriend was like, well, what can I do to help? I said, all I want to come home to is a clean house. That's that would be wonderful.
Very
and
minimal.
he's like, yeah, great, no problem. So after 5 days, I come back, and the dishes that were in the sink when I left were still there. Nothing in the house had been touched. And I looked at him and I just asked why. And he looked at me dead ass and said, I just didn't feel like it. And at that point, I knew that when I needed him, he was never gonna be there. So
all he had to do was clean up the house. Like, that's like less than bare minimum. Are you joking me? He should be doing that anyways.
I'm hell for this, but
let alone when you need
right here.
support.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship was over.
Cool.
So with one of my exes, he had a very low sex drive, and I didn't. So I found myself being rejected quite a lot, which really hurt, but I tried to understand that maybe he just didn't want it that much. And that was fine, it wasn't. But I was trying to deal with that, okay? Because it hurts to be rejected. Anyway, I was with him all morning, and I was wearing these sexy hot pants and this like little top, and I was laying next to him and I was kissing him, and yeah, and he was just having none of it. So I was really sad, and I just thought, fuck it, I'll go make us some breakfast. So I went to go make us some pancakes. I left the room for a minute, guys, 1 minute. Anyway, he changed his position on the sofa, and I thought, that's suspicious. So I walked back to the living room, looked in the mirror, saw the reflection of him, and he was watching porn to some other person. So not only had I left the room for a minute, not only was I rejected all the time, and this time was the last time. I broke up with him a week later.
a lot of them have addictions to this kind of stuff.
My
and
ex and I
just
dated for 3 years until he realized he was like bored of
can't
me.
do the real
and
thing
instead of
anymore.
breaking up with me, he just wanted a polyamorous relationship, which I should have said no, but said yes. We got another partner and they were fantastic, but we came together and like realized how gross and disgusting and weird he was. So we got different boyfriends, hung out with them most of the time, and that made him super jealous because he was too gross to get a girlfriend. So one day, me and my partner are out on the town and I get a butt dial from my ex, and he is just stomping around the house by himself talking about how much he hates me. First red flag. I'm like, okay, whatever. But this dude I never talked to in the apartment, only like bought from a couple times, sends me a random Snapchat of all of my keys in the middle of the hallway for anyone to take. So I call my ex's mommy and she helped him move out the next day. But here's the fun part. We had a couple of pet rats at the time, and I guess to get back at us, he started their cage and they bit the out of him.
Good.
Ditch with the moment you
Like he's willing to like let like
I'll start.
Your safety doesn't matter.
So this was my partner of 5 years. I don't have time to get into the whole story, but I had to go to the hospital for an operation. It was a hysteroscopy where the pelvic pain specialist was going to open up my uterus, cauterize my cervix, and replace my IUD. This was pre-COVID, so I had tons of time, and I told my partner like months in advance because they were going to help me get home from the hospital. But when they started their new job, they didn't tell their boss that they needed the day off or the morning off to get me to the hospital. So he's already complaining about even having to do this. By the time we get to the hospital, he realizes he's going to be late for work, hasn't told his boss, and starts yelling at me. So I'm like already on painkillers, about to get surgery, and he's yelling at me about how I'm gonna make him late for work and he's gonna leave.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for you. The surgeon had to come
out and tell him that if he left, the surgery wasn't gonna happen. It was humiliating. I was sobbing in front of all the nurses while he yelled at me at the hospital.
Yeah, what a psycho.
Because my surgery was gonna make him late for work.
Well,
then he went out the night before my birthday, got wasted, and he was so hungover the next day that he slept all day and missed my birthday.
Oh my god.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship
What a loser.
I had asked him to come to a conference that I had planned with my club members. We had spent months and over $10,000 planning this conference. It was a super big deal for me because this was the first time that I had planned something that big. So the day begins, me and my club members go on stage, we introduce ourselves, and we explain what the day is going to look like. Once I finished doing my introduction, I went off stage and I quickly looked at my phone because I knew that he had recorded me. But when I looked at Snapchat, I saw that he had only taken a picture of the seats in front of him. And he had captioned it, "I can't believe I have to spend my Saturday here, 7 hours of boredom." So I walked directly where he was sitting with the picture still up on my phone. I showed it to him and I told him to leave. The rest of the conference was amazing. It was super successful and we broke up 3 days later.
Good.
The moment you knew
wow, see? What is up with these people?
This is a ex. I went to a bris with him and nobody told me what a bris was. I thought it was like a cheers, like a brindis.
Isn't it a circumcision?
What it did.
Yeah, it is.
And a drunk baby.
Saw it on Seinfeld.
I just had no idea. So anyway, afterwards,
they make them drunk?
The family of the babies was so in love and so happy about this baby that later when we left the bris, I was like, you know, I want that one day. Like, I want a family, and
he probably couldn't
do you want
that?
And do you see that with me? And very calmly, he looked at me and he said, if somebody had a gun to my head and asked me, is Teffy the girl for you? I'd probably say no.
What?
And then just like kept driving. And I left that evening.
Okay, good.
So,
okay, good. What?
That moment involving gun violence.
Yeah, wait, what?
And breaking my heart. Okay.
Okay.
A Leo.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship was over.
I realized that my relationship was over when he turned to me one morning and asked if I was happy. And my initial response was, yeah, like, of course. And then he goes, but are you happy with us? Like, are you actually happy with us?
He's not happy.
And I had to say, can I get back to you on that one?
Ooh.
And then
damn.
I sat in the room all day long.
Thought about it.
I went to work. I just kept going through every day. And then I realized that when I finally kind of stopped thinking about everything, I realized how autopilot I was and how my relationship just wasn't a part of my day anymore.
Damn.
It was more so just a thing. Like, I had a roommate, we lived in a 1-bedroom, then we just happened to share a bed, and that's when I realized it was over.
Wow.
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship
that sucks.
was over.
It was the moment I
really
stepped into the room for her 18th birthday party. So the day of her actual birthday, she was supposed to be hanging out with her family.
Please tell me you were also 18.
And then she tells me that actually she spent a good amount of time hanging out with insert generic name. I thought it was kind of sus, but I was like, whatever, you know, they're close friends. And so later that night, I go to the birthday party. She doesn't look up. She doesn't look at me. She says exactly 5 words to me for the whole 2 hours I was there. And the entire time, she is literally cuddled up with insert generic name. And like, I'm kind of weirded out by this, so I just text my folks and I'm like, call me and make up an excuse for me to have to leave.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best idea, but I was super uncomfortable.
Well, if you were a
with
kid
how that
like her.
entire interaction for 2 hours was going. A week
Don't
later,
blame you.
generic name calls me while I'm sitting in a Target parking lot and tells me that she cheated on me with him.
Yep.
And that relationship still went on for another 4 months.
Why did you do that?
Ditch with the moment you knew your relationship
Why did you
was
do
over.
that?
Oh, I know this one. Okay.
Nice. Whoa, cool
I went on a
makeup.
ski trip with him and his family, and it was amazing.
Yes.
We had like a big house to ourselves, lots of land, our own snowmobiles.
Oh, it's so sick.
I, honest to God, was having a ball
Yeah.
on this trip. And then the last night, we decided to
Sounds
play
fun.
hide and seek as a family. Super cute and fun, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not normally very competitive, but every once in a while, I'm like, I'll try. So I really tried. I went and hid in the garage, right?
Okay.
His mom's boyfriend also comes and hides in the garage. And he's like, we should get in the car. And I'm like, So I'm like, well, isn't that cheating? He's like, no, it's not cheating. It's fine. So he sits in the passenger seat. So I'm like, okay, so I sit directly behind him because I'm already kind of suspicious.
Yeah. You don't want to sit beside
And
him.
what do you think my new potential father figure says to
What
me?
the hell did he say?
You have such pretty feet. I don't know how he got with a girl like you. I would never let you out of my sight. He told his mom she stayed with him and had him pick me up next time I visited from the train station.
No,
Ditch with the
don't
moment
ever,
you knew
no.
your relationship was over.
Oh my gosh.
To be clear, our relationship was over long before this. This was just the moment I actually decided it was over.
Okay.
One night we were in bed, sleeping, and around 5 a.m. my cat threw up on the corner of the bed. I woke up and started cleaning it, and while I was cleaning it, he woke up and asked what happened. I told him that the cat threw up and that I was gonna have to change the sheets. He picked his pillow up off the bed, put it on the floor, and then laid down on the floor and started to go back to sleep. I
What a
told him I was
loser.
going to the laundry room to try to get the cat vomit out and start washing the sheets, and all I asked was that he put a fitted sheet onto the bed and he could lay right back in the bed and use the
So
comforter and go
one
back to sleep.
task.
I'm gone for maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the laundry room, and I come back and he's still on
What
the
a
floor,
lazy
asleep.
ass
I woke him up and I
loser.
was like, bro, are you for real right now? And he said, this is what I'm fucking talking about, Mackenzie. You never care about how tired I am or how late I work. Can you just shut the fuck up and do it yourself? Anyway, so I left him to sleep on the floor. I slept in the living room, and I
Kick
kicked
him
the
out.
next day.
Kick him out.
Ditch with the
What
moment
a
you knew your
loser.
relationship
Oh
was
my
over.
god.
Earlier this year, I went through a very difficult breakup. And I remember in one of our last conversations, he told me that he felt ashamed of me because of my couponing. This past Monday, I was featured in the Boston Globe, one of the largest newspapers in the United States, for being a couponer.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether my ex is ashamed of me or not, I think I'm doing just fine.
Me too. Me too. Okay, we're gonna end it there. I can't believe that someone would actually be embarrassed about couponing. I mean, it's kind of okay. I can see it being a little embarrassing, but not to the point of shame. Like, you're saving money. Like, you have money because of her. You need to be thankful. Oh god, I can't deal with these men. I can't deal with these men, you guys. Ugh, ugh, ugh. But anyways, thank you so much for watching today. I'm gonna have a new video every single day this month, so make sure you subscribe, come back, and hang out with me, and we can watch these videos together, and it will be really nice and fun. So yeah, thank you for being such a nice person that you watched my video. That's so nice of you. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.